They could get turned up real good. I would suggest if you're in nursing
living life every day.
Hey guys, welcome to the day in the life of a jail nurse. This morning I'm getting ready to go to work and they need me, so I'm gonna go in on overtime just for a few hours. To start off, these are my scrubs, nice little peach color, and it's actually the weekend and I like to dress down on the weekend, but I'm gonna look professional for y'all. These are gonna be my shoes for the day, nice white Converse. These right here though are my go-to nursing shoes. When I tell y'all, these are so comfortable, so stylish, and I already had these for 3 years and they are still going.
Hold up, pose, yeah, pose, yeah, pose.
So one thing with my ID tag, I don't like to wear it around my neck because of the environment that I work in. I just hook it right on to my waist. And if anybody needs to see my ID, it's right there. My lab coat and my stethoscope are already at work. One of my patients like to call this coat my fried chicken coat. I thought it was a teddy coat. And if you know, you need a clear bag to get in. It's so messy because I got so much stuff in here. But this is a cute Michael Kors clear tote and I love it. It's lasted me for 2 years already. So now that I got everything, we are off to work. One of the only reasons why I like to work on the weekends when I do have to work on the weekends, because I have to work every other weekend, is the fact that there's no traffic. So during the week, it takes me about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the traffic. And on the weekends, it only takes me 20 minutes. So I get extra sleep on the weekends. However, it's a bummer because I like to do things with my kids and that's when they're out from school, but it's okay. So since I cannot bring y'all inside of my job because it is a correctional facility, I guess I should talk to y'all about my workflow. Once I get to work, I have to go through security with my car. And then once I get inside, we have security measures in place. So we have to get scanned as well as our belongings just to make sure we don't have any contraband on us or any weapons or anything. So once I clock in, I head to the nurse's station. Every so often I have to be the charge nurse. So what I do is print out all my lists for all the patients that we're going to see, all the patients that are going to be getting medication, injections, wound cares that need to come down, nursing follow-ups if they have any special appointments, and anybody that needs to do labs and EKGs. I get that out of the way. After that, I see what our workload looks like and I start making my assignments. So I assign all the other RNs, I assign the LPNs if we have, and the PCAs. Mostly they do the lab work and EKGs. However, if they're not there, then us RNs, we do blood work, we do EKGs, we start IVs, and we do everything. But when our LPN and PCAs are at work, it just makes the workflow so much easier. So shout out to all the CNAs, PCAs, and LPNs. After I delegate all of my tasks, I pretty much just watch the flow of the clinic. Most times we have medical emergencies 1 to 3 times out of the day. We make sure that we respond to those emergencies with all of our emergency equipment, and we also make sure that there's a doctor with us. Guys, when I tell people that I'm a correctional nurse, they get a little like, oh my gosh, and I'm just like, it's not as bad as you may think. Obviously, safety and security is a priority, but we also take a non-judgmental approach when it comes to our patients because not everybody who's incarcerated is guilty. However, we do have the bad ones who will curse us out. I've even heard stories of providers and nurses being either sexually assaulted or physically assaulted. So we just got to work together with the Department of Corrections just to make sure that we're all safe, and even the patients, make sure that they're safe as well. As y'all probably heard, there's a lot of corruption that goes on in jail, but as far as nurses go, or at least I can say for like my staff and the people that I work with, we are A1. We just want to come to work, take care of our patients, take care of our bills, and go home. We're not trying to sabotage our future, and we got kids to take care of, so we're not with that. At least from what I know and working in corrections for the past 8 years. I work 12.5 to 13-hour shifts. Our breaks are an hour and a half long. Now that I told y'all about the workflow of correctional nursing, at least in my building, let me talk about the misconception that a lot of people have when it comes to correctional nurses and medical staff. They like to say that we're not real nurses. We've had our own patients say that about us. They like to call our doctors quacks, but newsflash, trust and believe, we all went to the same school as the doctors and nurses who work in all these prestigious hospitals. And truth be told, as for myself, I graduated at the top of my class in nursing school. When I say I had the highest GPA in my whole entire class, that was me. I still end up in corrections because being a Black woman looking for a job right after nursing school, some of you may know, is not easy. Sorry for the lighting, guys. I'm going on the bridge. So yeah, the toll over here is like $16. This is what I gotta pay every day to get to work. So that's another bill, but we're gonna talk about bills and stuff in another video. But like I was saying, I graduated at the top of my class, and I even went on interviews with the Beckys of my class, and with them having no experience and me at that time having experience as an LPN, I still did not get those jobs. And the only thing that differentiated us was, to me, I believe, color of my skin. And those times I was looking for jobs in Long Island, I was looking for jobs in the city, but to no avail, I did not get those. If you want a job, nursing homes will take you as a new grad. And because they need you, they don't really discriminate like that. Discrimination starts when you actually get to the job. Depending on your supervisor, they'll probably give you the shittiest floors to work on. And as I was saying, I applied for the job at the jail and I got it the same day. Like, I knew I got the job as soon as I was done with my interview. I work with people who look like me. Working there for almost 10 years, in my building specifically, I don't think I've ever worked with a white nurse. I know one of our nurses was Italian, if I'm not mistaken, but that's the closest we've gotten to working with a Caucasian nurse. And I don't even know if Italians classify themselves as Caucasian. I don't know. But y'all tell me if I'm wrong or not. So when we hear our patients or people say that on the outside, it used to bother me. But now as I matured and I realized that it's just pure ignorance, I don't let that stuff get to me. Because at the end of the day, when our patients are calling us to rescue them and help them, at least for my team, we are there to help them and provide the best care possible. Now, I know as far as myself, I try to maintain professionalism throughout when it comes to my patients, when it comes to my co-workers, and I try to advocate for them as well. Don't get me wrong, there are some bitchy nurses and there are some doctors, when you're working with them, you're like, how the hell did this person become a doctor? But I believe that's true for everywhere that you work. Everybody's just different. How everybody communicates and respect you is gonna be different. So guys, with all that talking I've been doing, I'm already almost at work. I'm like 4 minutes away. Y'all gonna see a little bit of the process that I go through to get to work. And obviously I can't record while I'm in there. So I'll see y'all in a few.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in time.
I'm now at work. I just pulled in, and let me show y'all something right quick before I go inside. So this is our facility here, and up there we have our high classification patients, and because they're in cells, they have windows in their rooms, and every morning, no lie, they look forward for people coming in. A lot of times I'm in the clinic and they'll come down like, Nurse Reed, I saw you coming in this morning. A lot of the high classification patients, they're with us for a while, so we have a rapport and we're pretty cool for the most part. They're usually always respectful. They don't give us no issues. However, we do have some who are facing a lot of time, and you know, they can be mean and disrespectful and stuff like that, but we try our best not to pay them no mind. We kind of understand their situation. Like, this is a tough situation to be in, to have your freedom taken away for like almost forever, depending on your crime. We just try to see with them, but we require respect and we give respect back. Because we're like their little company, we're like their little safe haven. They like to communicate and talk with us, ask us about what's going on outside in the world. And even the color of my scrubs, like now that I have on bright colored scrubs, a lot of them, they'll come down like, you brighten up my day. It can be a little depressing, so I like try to wear bright colors all the time, just to brighten up the place and just to make people happy. Like that's just what I'm here for, just to take care of everyone and make them feel better than what they're feeling, you know. So like I said, guys, I can't go inside with my phone. So I'll see y'all guys when I leave and let y'all know how my day went, because y'all know it's the weekend. They could get turned up real good. I'll see y'all soon, guys. Bye. I am free. Today was a great day. I just helped out my team. I gave some medication and we had no emergencies, thank God. It is now 2 o'clock and this is around the time that I usually take my lunch breaks most days. And I'm so happy because I don't get to leave work and see daylight all the time. By the time I clock out at night, it's like 9 o'clock and there's no more sunlight. That is pretty much the gist of my day. The only thing that does happen sometimes when it's time for me to leave, they'll have an alarm because it's like the guys know exactly when to act up and it is right before we clock out of work. So at times we can't leave until a whole hour later, but it's for the safety for everyone, so we don't mind. It doesn't happen all the time, but other than that, there's no call lights for us to answer to, there's no family members for us to answer to, and we get to leave on time for the most part. Once we give report, that is it. We're good to go. I would suggest if you're in nursing school right now, try to get a job in the hospital so that you can get the experience. But once you get your experience and your skills down pat, you can consider corrections. It's also a good environment for nurses who are in the last of their maybe 5 or 10 years and they don't want to do bedside anymore. Corrections is just, it's where to be, and I'm so grateful for my job. I'm grateful for the benefits that I have, especially it allows me flexibility because I do work 3 days a week and every month we do have to have a 4th day. That is pretty much it. I want to thank y'all for watching. If y'all have any questions about nursing in general or what it is to be a correctional nurse, go ahead and comment in the comment section below. I appreciate everyone for supporting. I'll see y'all in the next vlog.
Just say you will.